Perplexity is in talks to raise at an $8 billion valuation, and Apple thinks it's 2 years behind the rest of the AI field. Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition, all the daily AI news you need in around 5 minutes. We kick off today with another big fundraising story. Perplexity is reportedly seeking to raise new money at an $8 billion valuation. According to reporting from the Wall Street Journal, Perplexity is seeking to raise around $500 million, and if the deal closes on these terms, that would more than double the firm's $3 billion valuation when it last raised from SoftBank over the summer. If they can get it closed by December, this would be Perplexity's fourth fundraise of the year. Back in January, when they closed their Series B, they were valued at just $500 million, meaning a potential 16x in a single year. Writes the Journal, its efforts to raise more money so soon at a substantially increased valuation will be a test of how eager investors are to own a piece of buzzy AI startups showing signs of market traction. Now, there are a couple different takes on this. First of all, by way of understanding actually what's going on from a metrics perspective, WSJ reports that Perplexity is currently disclosing $50 million in annualized revenue to potential investors, which is up from $10 million in March. Their consumer offering is reportedly now serving 15 million queries per day. So if they did get that $8 billion valuation, that would be a raise at 160 times revenue. That is certainly high, but it's not unheard of in venture land. And it's also clear that this isn't about a revenue multiple consideration. It's about trajectory and momentum. In other words, it matters a lot more that they went from 10 to 50 million over the course of about 6 months. And it matters even more that Perplexity just has the narrative perception of momentum, excitement, and product market fit. The company has been executing aggressively. Prakar on X summed up the vibe saying, from the outside, Perplexity looks like a once-in-a-generation company firing on all cylinders. Design, product engineering, marketing, with product market fit and a massive total addressable market to already show for. Expect the next set of money to be spent solely on distribution. CEO Aravind Srinivas has also been aggressive on Twitter, clearly putting Google in the company's sights, and then over the weekend also asking, what do you currently use Siri for on a daily basis? One of the things that I'm increasingly convinced of is that one of the great battles over the next year or so is going to be NotebookLM versus Perplexity. Both of these are effectively spaces to organize and share a bunch of information. NotebookLM has created a ton of buzz with its audio overview feature, which last week got an upgrade, which is now more steerable, but Perplexity Spaces is no slouch either. And I would be shocked if it takes more than a month from where we are right now to get some version of audio overviews on Perplexity, likely in partnership with a company like 11 Labs. Going after the type of players Perplexity is going after is not going to be easy. Google still has incredible distribution power, and dethroning them from search is basically where startups go to die. However, Perplexity doesn't have a legacy business model that AI is disrupting. It gets to design for this new world completely from the bottoms up. Google as a public company where AI summaries have the potential to negatively impact Google's main advertising market, well, it gets a lot more complicated. It is certainly one of the most interesting companies to watch, and so watch it we shall. Now, speaking of big companies and AI, Apple has sort of nominally finally gotten into the game, but of course most of their Apple Intelligence features still aren't currently available. In his latest column for Bloomberg, Apple whisperer Mark Gurman wrote about Apple and AI, saying that their new iPad mini, quote, highlights the company's secret advantage in AI. And basically what Gurman says is that, quote, Apple has a cherished brand, nearly limitless resources, and a history of coming from behind and being successful. At some point, Apple will either develop, hire, or acquire its way into the top tier of AI companies. He continues, Apple also has another advantage as it tries to catch up, the ability to roll out features to a massive base of devices. As showcased with the iPad mini, Apple can quickly equip its current products with the technology needed to run new software. We'll see this again soon with the M4 Mac rollout, which will further speed up AI tasks. Still, even Gurman notes, compared with the latest fare from Google, OpenAI, and Meta, Apple's AI is still far behind. Even some internal studies at Apple reflect this, I'm told. The research found that OpenAI's ChatGPT was 25% more accurate than Apple's Siri and able to answer 30% more questions. In fact, some at Apple believe that its generative AI technology, at least so far, is more than 2 years behind the industry leaders. Lastly today, a fun little one. Midjourney is expanding its plans for world domination by announcing a new tool to allow users to edit any uploaded images from the web using Midjourney's AI. Basically, this will allow people to take existing images and rather than generating them from scratch, make specific changes and customizations. All of this, I think, amounts to just yet another way in which AI will infiltrate absolutely everything you see. User beware. For now, though, that is going to do it for today's AI Daily Brief Headlines Edition. Next up, the main episode.